is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on S3, and I just need to touch on this. You know, September, just around the corner, the year's going fast. I know everybody around you is saying, it's almost Christmas. I get you, but we've got to slow it down a little bit, and we need to make sure we focus on September because it marks the start of Pharmacy Month in South Africa. Now get ready for a month dedicated to the unsung heroes of healthcare and join us for insightful discussions, exciting competitions, and a celebration of the pharmacists at the forefront of the vaccine catch-up campaign in proud partnership with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Let's honour those who keep our communities healthy and strong. Pharmacist and CEO of Independent Community Pharmacy Association. We have Jackie Maimin here to make sure that we are unpacking this properly. We got the best in. We called Jackie from a long journey, and now Jackie has just landed on our couch for this. I'm excited. Hi, Jackie.
Good morning, Carl. How are you?
I am extraordinarily lovely, thank you. I'm ready. I've had a great meal of noodle. I know you did. This is why it's awkward almost. But I think let's just remind every single individual who has a vested interest in these community leaders, our pharmacists, of what Pharmacy Month is actually about.
Absolutely. So Pharmacy Month is September.
Yep.
And it's a month where we really recognise the work and the dedication of our pharmacists out there. So you'll know following the pandemic, pharmacists were the ones that kept their doors open, looked after everybody. And I think it really is just a month to remind the population that the pharmacist is one of the most accessible healthcare professionals out there. Pop in, chat to them. They can give you the correct information, advice, and that's what the month is about.
I think we need to also really focus in on the fact that pharmacists, they can read any type of writing.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like we don't give them enough hype for that. I mean, you know that
hieroglyphics.
the hieroglyph, easy for them. There could be a squiggle on the page and like amoxicillin,
Exactly.
500 milligrams, done.
You should have been a pharmacist.
I should have been a pharmacist, I know. But, you know, every year, Pharmacy of the Month, it's very important. And as you said, these are community leaders. We want to celebrate. But, of course, every celebration requires a theme. So what is our theme this year?
So our theme this year is Let's Talk About Vaccines.
Okay.
So you'll know we've just been through the pandemic.
Yes.
And there was so much misinformation, so much fear. Vaccines were rushed through, and it's caused a lot of vaccine hesitancy. Now, we are very concerned because a lot of people missed out on their routine immunizations.
Yeah.
And so we decided to bring up the topic. Let's talk about vaccines. And that's the theme this month.
Lovely. So now we are in this month, or September's coming up as well. The theme is done and dusted, vaccine catch-up. But let's look at the necessity behind it. I mean, why is it important for vaccine catch-up? Besides the fact that there's been a lot of misinformation, a lot of public hysteria in certain parts, though, a lot of fake news being spread around. I mean, we were so used to that during the pandemic. So let's look at that premise, you know, in its more serious backing. Why vaccine catch-ups? Why they're so important, especially in 2024?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, following the pandemic, the WHO has said that there are 25 million children that have missed their vaccines, their immunization against diseases such as diphtheria, tetanus, whooping cough. This is very serious because the more that miss it, we start losing that herd immunity, and these vaccine-preventable deaths start rearing their heads again. You'll know we've had measles, we've had whooping cough this winter. UNICEF stated that here in South Africa, there are 200,000 children that are what we call zero dose. They have not had a single vaccine against DTP, the three that I've just mentioned. And so what we plan to do now is to work together to try and re-educate, get people to realize that even if they've missed their vaccines, they can come in, chat to the pharmacist, we can give them recommendations on how to catch up. Let's get those children immunized, let's get the vulnerable adults immunized, and protect people against vaccine-preventable deaths.
Now, this speaks to the fact that a pharmacist now becomes so much more than a dispensary type of person. It becomes an educational conversation. It becomes the fact that maybe these pharmacists are the best key in the healthcare chain in order for our communities to be better educated, one household at a time. Is this the type of emphasis you want pharmacists to have, especially in September?
Absolutely, Carl. You've hit the nail on the head. You know, so many people think that we just sit there and count. And we can count in fives, we can count in threes, but there's a lot more to being a pharmacist.
Yes.
You know, we don't just count.
Yes.
The most valuable thing we can do is to impart the correct information. So as I mentioned earlier, and you've said it as well,
Yes.
there was so many myths. I mean, I heard about people saying that the COVID vaccines had spikes in them. The spikes were on the coronavirus and that it would go into your heart and everybody was going to die 2 years after they were vaccinated.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to the public, come in, chat to your pharmacist, find out if you need to be vaccinated. And it's not just babies and children. You know, there's the HPV to prevent cervical cancer for our teenagers. Yes. Our adults need pneumonia. Pregnant women should be having the DTaP, which is the diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis, to protect their newborn babies. All of this information is there waiting for you when you walk into your pharmacy.
And that's why it's important, I think, for the pharmacist to also be empowered. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people saying, look, nothing's happened to me yet. I'm an old person, you know, I'm an adult, so why now? And I think maybe those are the challenges of a pharmacist that we don't see. Those tiny conversations that make huge differences, which is why a pharmacist becomes one of the most important people in a healthcare chain. So this is an exciting month. I'm looking forward to it for you as well. Just as a last note in terms of, you know, vaccinations coming up as well, pharmacists as well, I think maybe let's just talk a little bit about vaccinations again, just to strengthen this narrative, just a touch. For anybody who feels that they perhaps are a bit apprehensive, would you say that the pharmacist is a good person to have a discreet conversation with if you are apprehensive to get information?
Absolutely. So as pharmacists, all of us have got the knowledge to be able to give you advice on which ones you need, what are the side effects going to be, how safe are they, is it efficacious? Many of us as well have got specialized training and can actually give the vaccinations. So yes, if you're apprehensive, come in and chat to us. Yeah. Let us allay those fears. You may need a vaccination, you may not, you know. There are a lot of healthy people and they go like, why must I have the flu shot every year? But you might have vulnerable parents or grandparents at home or a newborn baby. And this is the kind of advice that we can give.
Great.
So please, I say to everybody out there, pop into your pharmacy. Let's talk about vaccines.
That's fantastic. It really is. And a pharmacy is actually a good place. You know, a lot of them do have a little specialized room for that type of vaccination. So in terms of where to get vaccinated, pharmacies, clinics?
Absolutely, yes. Government clinics, obviously your GP.
Yes.
Or pop into your pharmacy and find out from them. If they don't do it themselves, they'll be able to show you where to go.
Lovely.
Please, this is our opportunity to catch up.
All right, well, let's catch up together. Thank you so much, Jackie. All the best for September. What a month it's going to be. As Pharmacy Month approaches, let's look forward to celebrating the crucial contributions of our pharmacists. Stay tuned for insightful conversations and deeper appreciation of the heroes who keep our communities healthy. Plus, here's something exciting. Adcock Ingram, OTC, proud sponsors of Brave, are brightening up September by giving one lucky viewer the chance to win 1,000 Rand cash daily. So be sure to tune in to Expresso, your feel-good breakfast show, every day throughout September to find out how to enter. Thank you so much, Jackie. A fantastic conversation around Pharmacy Month, September. Enjoy the celebrations as well. And let's all make sure that we catch up when it comes to vaccines. And we can do that at our nearest pharmacy. And let's look after our pharmacists and, you know, give them a good smile and make sure they know they're appreciated, as we will in September.
Thank you, Carl.